friends, it's your girl, Becca Sarah. I hope you're doing amazing. I'm doing fine. So calling all my theater babes out here, this podcast episode is for you. So I went to Musical Mondays at the Ren Center, aka the Renaissance Theater in Orlando for the first time. I had a blast. The theme for the night I was going to was Les Miserables, aka my favorite musical. So I had to go. I was like, I'm gonna do anything I can possibly can to not miss this one. I've been literally been told by friends that went there and invited a couple of times to see Musical Mondays because a lot of my friends know I am a musical theater babe. AKA, if I was in Mean Girls, I'd be in the theater table. And to be honest, in high school, I was in the chorus/theater table because that's what I did in high school. FYI. So pretty much, the Ren Center, every Monday they have Musical Mondays. And if you don't get what Musical Mondays are, is every Monday they have local artists in Orlando singing songs from musicals. Sometimes it's a theme, like for example, this week, last week, and the week before was all songs sung by women, because it was Ms. All of the songs for those 3 weeks were from Les Miserables. They have done 3 weeks before. All the songs were from Hadestown, etc., etc., etc. You get my drift, my friends. And then sometimes there isn't a theme, and it's just like they get local singers that sing songs from different musicals. So overall, it's just a blast. They have, for example, I went for the last night of Miss I can pronounce the name, so it would be Miss Les Miserables, technically. Not everybody knows how to say Miserables because it's French. So this was the last showing of Miss Les Miserables, and aka Cinco de Mayo. So happy Cinco de Mayo to everyone that celebrates Cinco de Mayo. And my favorite part overall with this was everyone in the cast was a woman. I love that. And they did a phenomenal job, all of them. The women were playing women, the women were playing men. It's kind of like in the Shakespeare decade when men were playing women roles, but I like to see that in reverse, like women were playing men roles. They were doing a phenomenal job. Overall, I'll get into that more in a bit, but let's talk about pricing and if you want to see and go to a Musical Monday. So the Ren Center does a phenomenal job, in my opinion, with ticketing. And what I mean by that is they offer free tickets for people that can't afford. And things are very expensive nowadays. Things are hectic. Groceries are expensive. Gas is expensive. Everything's expensive. So for limited time, every show that they have, if they're doing a specific genre, for example, Les Miserables, they're going to have select free tickets. I don't know how many free tickets they have, but when you go on their website, the rentheater.com, and pick, for example, for Miss Les Miserables, you will see complimentary general admission. Those are the free tickets. And those are free. They have a limited amount of those. And when they're sold out, they're sold out. They're not going to be available unless you go onto the Ren Theater Instagram and they decide to do a giveaway, and then you can enter that code and get it for free. But if you could afford it, or there's no more free tickets, general admission is $15. For me, I paid for general admission ticket, which was $15 plus like the $2 ticketing process fee, and then the 6.5% sales tax. That gave me like, the ticket in total was like $17.98. So $18. Not that bad. That literally is like a drink downtown pretty much, or a drink anywhere pretty much. But it's not bad because usually, like, even if you go to like the Dr. Phillips Center and you buy student rush tickets, the minimum you're going to be paying is $30. Max you'll be paying is $50. So it's a way more affordable ticket price, in my opinion. Like the Ren Theater, I feel like they have the lowest cost in ticketing with general admission. Like the the lowest level to buy a ticket, and anyone can get in. They don't have like a limit to that, so that's fantastic. And you can stand anywhere that's available and everything like that. Now we're gonna get into something that's more pricey: reserved balcony seats. So when you get into the Ren Center, if you've never been to it, you will see upstairs there's balcony seating, and if you've been to House of Blues, you will see those as well. Those are called the lounge seats, and they're reserved, and you get, I haven't done that before, but to do this, you need to be able to take the stairs. There's no elevator, lift, and it's not best if you're someone with a mobility device to go up there, because there's nothing to help you go up. So if you have a mobility issue, you're gonna save money, because you're gonna either get free tickets if possible, or you're gonna get the standard $15 tickets. And to be honest with you, I'd rather be on the floor than in the balcony area in general, because I went to House of Blues before, and I didn't buy the lounge, but I went upstairs near where the lounge is, because there is sections that is not lounge, and you can't see everything. It's better if you're in the bottom to see everything more clearly, in my opinion, especially if you're shorter. So that reserved balcony seats, they are $20 plus a $2 processing fee and a 6.5 sales tax. So I would say probably around because this was $17, so I would say $22, around $23. And then another option you can do, I'm telling you all the options, just in case you're like, oh, I want to go all out. Reserve small booth. This is up to 6 people. You get your own booth. I believe, like, with some of these, you could as well get like a bartender bringing your drinks as well, depending on the show and etc. Maybe this is $2. Process the same thing, so it would be around $170. $180. If you want to be. And then the last one is reserve along a large booth. And this is literally, I feel like a lot of people do this if, aka, they're having a birthday and they have a group of like 10 people, this is what it's for. It's for a group of 10 people. Nobody's bothering you. And that is $250. So that would be around $280. And that's including the processing and the sales tax. So that's the highest. But like for me personally, because everything's expensive, I would just do, if you're able to get, like, if you're really limited on money, to be honest, if you're really limited on money because things are expensive, I would try to get the free tickets. But if you can afford it, I would just say have your whole group of 10, etc. for your birthday party. Just get the $15 tickets. It's not expensive. It's more expensive to get the booth for 10 people because you're paying per ticket. So it's not like, oh, I paid $280 for a group. No, that's only for you. Everybody has to pay the $200. Yeah, so it's better, in my opinion, just trying to save you guys some money. I would just, if you can afford it, get the general admission $15 tickets, because those aren't going anywhere. Those aren't going to run out. And if you can't afford it, if they're still available, get the free tickets. But arts are important. Like, if you can afford to pay $15 for a ticket, pay $15 for a ticket and have fun. If you cannot, then if there is available, get free. But it's not something you would regret, is paying $15, because you're not going to get this anywhere else. There's nowhere else I've seen that like buying tickets to see a show were the $15. So I would take advantage of this. So let's get on with the show. Okay, so Miss Les Miserables, or the show was called Miss Les Mis, because everybody in the cast were female. So they had a show on the 21st of April, the 28th of April, and on Cinco de Mayo. So doors open at 7:30, and the show starts at 8 o'clock. Or if I'm going to go particularly with what the website says, because this is not going to get me in trouble if I say it starts at 8:15-ish. They want to make sure everyone gets in there. So I got there because I was running a little bit late. I got there at 8:15, and then I got into the door because of the setup of the stage, where the opening was a different place. That took me a little while to get over there. I got in at 8:17, 8:19, 8:20, and the show hasn't started yet. Thank goodness, because usually I'm usually there at when the doors open for any show, like when the theater door, like when the lobby doors open, or hashtag for the Ren Center, it'll be where the doors open. I'm usually there around like 7:30, 7:40, right? Like today I was running late, but I'm glad I didn't miss any of the show. But be sure to, like, just in case, make sure to get there around 8:15. Don't miss the show. Like, you'll regret it. So for Les Miserables, I can't say for other shows. All the women that played men, we had, the cast was, everyone played, like, there was, like I said, females playing females playing males. So no one was playing double characters. Everybody was playing a single character, and they all did fantastic. Lovely voices, fantastic talent overall. They had like a barricade. They had like, how, if you ever seen Les Miserables and you, spoiler, and you've seen like the barricade, they had that on stage. The actresses, the singers went up and down the stairs, up and down the barricade, went across the way. They even sang To You, which was very intimate and awesome as well. One of the girl that played Mr. and Mrs. Denade, they sang To Me, and I was like, oh, I feel really special. Like, you know, you have that. They picked select people to sing to, which was amazing. Overall, like, how the women in this cast sang was phenomenal. I cried. Well, just side note and tidbit about me. When I saw the Les Miserables with Anne Hathaway, and when I saw the musical Les Miserables, when I Dream a Dream starts to the end of the musical or movie, that's me crying. I'm just a hot mess crying. I'm already emotional and cry when dogs die in a movie, or anyone cries in a anyone dies in a movie. So yes, I was like bawling. So the girl Zoe, who played Fantine, crying. She did a phenomenal job. All the girls in general did a phenomenal job. Great overall. I would 110% go to another Musical Monday. The talent that the Ren Theater hired for these Musical Mondays is amazing. Like I said, this one was just women, and they did a fantastic job. I have seen on the social media there, for anyone that's wondering, they do have men that do the Musical Mondays as well. It depends. They might actually also do what they did in the 1800s. I think it's 1800s. Maybe it's earlier than that. 1600s. Maybe I'm not particularly sure about that. Where they do the whole cast is men. But this is not my first time at the Ren Theater. This is my third. I do want to give you guys some things to be wary about, and that's just how to find it. That's the only thing I have to tell you. How to find it. It's kind of hidden away a little bit. Parking, I don't think you'll have a hard time parking. You can park, where I usually park is the Advent Health garage. You might have to pay money there, or depending on the time you go, it might be free, or you can park at because near there, FYI, is the Science Center. Also near there, not that far, is Orlando Shakes. Yeah, so all these like theaters. But the only thing that's hard in my experience and every time I went there is especially if I'm getting dropped off there or if I'm parked and then went there all 3 times is where's the theater? It's kind of tucked away. A great indicator of where it is, for anyone that wants to go there, is there is a rainbow rainbow flag kind of, but not really flag, but it's a rainbow on the building that's like we're united. One of the things I love about the Ren Center is it's inclusive. It invites and loves everybody. Love is love. There's people that go there and audition there and perform there that are in the LGBTQ plus community, which is amazing. And there are people that are straight. It's here for everyone. It's a safe place for everyone, any performer, anything, which is amazing. Also, like I said, it's not expensive. Like tickets in some places, the lowest you can get, I'm trying to think of with Shakes, was like 25, maybe 30, like student rush tickets, which is $30. And then the highest can be, I don't know, like probably 100 and something. Where here, like general admission, if for everyone ticket is $15, and then if you want to be like special and go all out there, it's more money. Just like if you go to House of Blues, just putting House of Blues again with that, they do the general admission, or like if you want to be special and get bartenders to like give you a drink and be like have your own section. General admission is usually like between, I'm gonna say early access and normal too, is between like 15 and 21, depending on what it is. If it's not like a concert, right? And then I'm talking about like if you're going to like Club 90 and stuff like that, and then the lounges are more expensive, like the 100 and stuff. That's the best way I can. But for concerts, it's different. It's gonna be 100 and something. But just like House of Blues, you're standing in general admission for the whole time. You're doing the same thing at the Ren Center. You're standing the whole entire time. So if you don't like standing, that can be a con for you. The parking, like the finding the place, can be a con for you as well. Like finding the theater, because it could be challenging. Ask people, they will help you. A lot of the time, like you will see people like going. There's also signs saying where the entrance is as well, which also helps. And where the entrance is always changes depending on the show that they're doing, because if the show is on the back of the theater, it's gonna be around the corner a little bit, the entrance. And if the setup for the stage is more on the front, it's gonna be more on the front, and you'll see it more clearly where to enter to go through security and scan your tickets. So that's a little bit info for you guys. But overall, like I said, I would go again. I'd go for like regular, when there's not a specific theme, like, oh, this one was Les Miserables. But I would go to another one that's like, just like, oh, we have a lot of different singers, talent that are doing songs from different musicals, because I would love to see that as well. But just telling you, like, in general, there's always going to be like a 15-minute intermission. The bars are open before the show. During the show, at intermission, like during both the first act and the second act, intermission before the show and after the show for a little bit. But for Musical Mondays, it ends around, it's a short night, and I guess that's good for anyone that has, because it's Monday, everybody has work the next day. It ends around like 9:30, 10, and there's nothing like a show after, or like, oh, we could dance after. There's nothing like that. You can stay in and chat a little bit if you want to chat a little bit until like they kick you out, which I don't know what time they actually kick you out. But just letting you know, like, when the show is done, there's no more bar. The bar's closed. So you're just there talking with friends, finishing your drinks, taking pictures until like they close. I feel like Monday, the Musical Mondays are more of their early nights, and then the days that they have other things going on, they're open later. But overall, I would say if you are a theater girly, theater boy, theater person like myself, you should go, and you've never been to Musical Mondays, you should go to Musical Mondays. It's a blast. It's not expensive, because I know a lot of things downtown and in Orlando or in Florida and Pittsburgh, New York, Canada, everywhere around the world is expensive these days. But this is something that I feel like isn't expensive, is affordable. You are helping the arts this way as well. Help your local independent small theaters, because it's a small one. Help them grow and stay funded, because the arts matter. Live entertainment matters. So, like, go support, go have fun. Oh yeah, and there's one more thing before I end this, because I say this a lot in different venues. So I did the Renaissance Theater, for me, with drinks, hit or miss, more miss than hit, right? But today, I tried 2 of their cocktails, and I will say they're good. They were more like a slushy side, and I believe if they have, like, again, this was Les Miserables, so it was all like the drinks were named after songs from the musical, and if it was not a theme, it would just be like Raining Man, for example, or whatever songs they're singing for Musical Monday. So they had a couple of drinks, and I asked the bartender which one are more on the sweeter side, and he told me the last 2, and the last 2 that I had were Lovely Lady and Little Fall of Rain. The other Lovely Lady is lyric, by the way, from the song, and Little Fall of Rain also lyric of the song. And pretty much every song, these drinks titles weren't song titles. For their specialty cocktails, they were lyrics from the song. And the great thing I love that the Ren Center does is they tell you what's in it. So if you don't like an ingredient, you can tell them, can they take that out, or you could be like, I don't want it. Which I love that the Ren Theater does. House of Blues does that as well. So Lovely Lady and Little Fall of Rain, they were really good drinks. They were sweet. They were really delicious. They were cold, and that's really beneficial, especially in Florida where it's hot all the stinking time. Except for the 2 weeks when it's perfect and it's like below 70. But those drinks were great. So so just like House of Blues with their hit or miss drinks. For me, the Ren Senate has hit or miss drinks as well. And that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you for listening to my podcast. Like I said, if you're a theater lover like myself, check the Ren Center. And especially Musical Mondays. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.